Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another post-commentary episode of Mario vs. Donkey Kong. In the last episode we took on the rest of the World Plus Worlds and faced off against Donkey Kong again, and in this episode we are going to try something kind of similar to what we did before. We are going to be doing time trial again. As you can tell by our timeline, the time trials of the Plus Worlds are a lot shorter, and to really emphasize this, the first level here, World 1-1 Plus, Mario's Toy Factory, the first level felt very gatekeeper-esque of the time trials to come. Because it was really challenging trying to beat the first one, and not as challenging beating the second one. Now, I am looking at this in post-production eyes, and I realize that I could have just walked... Actually, no, I couldn't have. I needed the trash can. So yeah, no matter what, sorry, my brain was like, now that I'm in post-production and I'm watching these a second time as I commentate, I'm like, oh my goodness, I could have done this a whole different way. Technically, no, I still needed the trash can. So no matter what, I still needed that. We have 9 seconds to beat this level. Oh no. When I saw that pop up, I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I even need to do to complete this one? 2 spring jumps and that's it. Cleared. So, the Plus World time trials, they do not take as long to complete, because we don't have to worry about a second room that needs to be traversed. And for the most part, the one rooms that we deal with are simple enough that it won't take too long to complete. The worst I've ever had was just attempting to complete a stage, and it would take me several attempts. There was only one level where I even had to look up the solution to confirm what I was trying to do was even the solution, because I couldn't figure it out. I was using too much time to complete certain aspects of it, so it was pretty bad. In this particular one, the goal is to at least try to get Mini Mario to be on the far left side so that we can get him to make it to the door, which is very much possible. Could I have cut it down by adding walking and jumping to the conveyor belts? Probably. 6-1. This one felt as though there really was no better solution, because you had to get Mini Mario to walk around the obstacle, which was the Brick Man. Like, we have 10 seconds to cross, but because we're on our hands, that does slow us down. I decided not to even try to get back onto Mario's feet, just to try to save those extra seconds. I also attempted to try to cut down the video more by decreasing the amount of time between level completion and level start. So hopefully that made an ultimate change. This Donkey Kong battle I had to do a couple of times because I kept failing on time. Every time I'd get close to hit DK, he would swap the buttons and I'd end up missing. Just like that. So, ultimately I ended up missing some jumps because I was losing the platform I was on. So now we have to wait, and we decide to go for the blue and defeat DK. So that was World 1. World 1 took, oh gosh, not even an hour to complete. Maybe 15 minutes because of the attempts to complete the certain time trial levels. Donkey Kong Jungle Plus, which I believe I had renamed it as like Deep Jungle or something. I know that I had been referring to the worlds by a secondary name, and I stand by that. If Mario Toy Factory could be different from Mario Toy Company, that all the worlds should have had a specialty name to them. I'm so lucky that the piranha plant missed. So, that was our first level, and first attempt too, I believe. Yeah, this next one took me a few, nope, this one was also a first attempt. Recalling the standard gameplay, I was trying to, destroy these rhinos by just dropping fruit on them. Totally forgetting that I could just drop down and pick up the rhino and throw it at them. So time trials do show special techniques and tricks to better improve levels. This is a stage that took me a few attempts. Primarily because, not because of the stone, but because of this ending. I had forgotten about the barrel that was needed to get Mini Mario up and over so that we can get him to the door. So this one didn't take too many attempts, but definitely still required that extra time. Extra run to make sure that I did the level correctly. Next up, we have this one, which is 10 seconds long. We're gonna just make sure that we climb up. And the challenge is making the jump. And there we go. Another level complete. I love these really short stages because they really amp up my stress levels to be like, oh yeah, guess what you have to do now. If the level is 40 seconds like this guy, which took several attempts just because these snap jaws are really difficult to navigate around. I know that it's going to take longer to complete. So we have to make sure that we get rid of the snap jaw, because Mario and Mini Mario really want to just follow. And here we go with getting rid of another snap jaw. With our timing, we were able to get rid of the third one. So now all we have to do is get to the door before 40 seconds. One thing that I noted while doing these was Mini Mario does not always want to open the door when he's standing at the door. I think I had once where I completed a stage, I got Mini Mario to the door, and he just would not activate it. And so what I ended up needing to do was words evade me, was I had to replay the stage because Mini Mario just did not want to open the door and time ran out. And I think that's the most annoying thing this game could do, is just, you're at the end, you had a second to finish it, and you failed short. You fall short. We have the Donkey Kong level. This time, it took me a few attempts I actually got knocked into the spikes several times during gameplay. So what I ended up trying to do here is, thank goodness that taking damage does not end the game. What I ended up trying to do was pace myself. Instead of trying to knock down every fruit as I saw them, try to actually time it so that instead of being lucky and hit, I was tactical and got the hit properly. 3-1, we are in Fire Mountain Plus, the third world of this state of the game. And honestly, this felt really a lot easier than I anticipated. Hard, but easy. As you can tell here, we managed to complete this stage on our first attempt. Because all we needed was to get Mini Mario to come down. Now, did we almost run out of time? Kind of, because Mini Mario did not want to jump down, but we still managed. Exaggerated motions. That's really one major tip I could give when doing these time trial runs. Exaggerate your movements just a little more than if you were playing standard mode to get Mini Mario to move where we want him to. Now, we could have ignored the snippet, but I decided not to take the chance. And that's how we completed stage 2 in our first attempt. So far, so good. This next stage did take us a few attempts, 3-3. I really do not know how many attempts just because I cut them out. I think this one took at least 5. And it's not because of my timing, it's because of the Podobo. Trying to get Mini Mario to follow me before the Podobo jumped out of the lava, similar to how the base game was doing it, was what was really getting me to lose this stage. The next stage we completed in one attempt. I'm really proud of my one-time attempts, as you can tell, as I boast about it each time. This one was a bit easier though, since we discovered that in order to get Mini Mario to jump down holes, we have to actually go below the ground that he's trying to get to. So all we had to do was just drop off the cliff and grab the chain, and we were good. Then all we had to do was cycle and circle back around. And that was it. Now, the last few stages here, we ended up needing to do a couple attempts to complete them. And it was rough. This particular one, I don't know why I'm yawning, we're midday. This particular one required me to time the toss of the barrel properly, and I just kept missing those barrel tosses. I threw it all the way to the corner, and to get Mini Mario to follow Mario up onto the barrel and up another jump, that was awful. It's why I ended up doing this stage at least 3 times. 3-6 took a few times because of this first snippet. I was trying to figure out how I could speed along and make things go faster to get Mini Mario up, and I was not very successful. So what we end up doing is getting the snippet out of the way. We're gonna go get Mini Mario, and then we have to be careful of the Podobos, the Firebird, especially here. Oh, that gave me post-production anxiety. That's what that did. We use Mini Mario to climb and get up to the red switch. Mini Mario wants to follow us, and that's how we get this stage complete. Ooh, and you know what? Just in time, too. So this next one is one that took a couple of attempts as well. Obviously, we have Donkey Kong's Battle. So this took a couple of attempts, not because it was difficult, because obviously I could take hits in this version, but because when I took a hit sometimes it knocked me into the lava, or I got crushed by this little stomping rock. So we managed to utilize the stomping rock to our advantage, as I almost get myself crushed and almost got myself thrown into the lava. So we get the barrel to be on our side and we finish it. So that's World 3. It does take a few attempts. Definitely gotta keep everyone on their toes. One thing that I discovered while trying to get through Time Trial is no one from my research has done the Plus World Time Trials, which is a little a shame. So if you guys are struggling with Time Trial and are looking for some assistance and guidance on how to complete the puzzles, you could always check out my channel here, because I show how to complete all the time trials in a very timely manner as well. Like, if you want a specific level, you can easily find it. It's very dictated. It's very much, here's the only run you have to worry about, for this is how you can do it. And I'm very proud of this episode. I'm also very proud of the fact that this version, the Plus Worlds, took so much less time. I think there's a 30-minute difference between the episode of Mario vs. Donkey Kong and Mario vs. Donkey Kong Standard World Time Trial and the Plus Worlds. Anyways, here we are in Merry Miniland. Basically all of these levels, except for the first one, took multiple attempts. And that's because I would have started, I got a little bit into the level, and then I did something that I realized was wrong. This particular one, I tried to get Mini Mario to go left or right all the way without swapping the blue flowers. And I realized, how do I get Mario up? How do I even get to the door? I need to figure out how to press the blue button fast enough. And that's how I ended up restarting this level. Fortunately, we did end up with an extra second and 34 seconds on my timer. This one took several attempts because of I really struggled trying to figure out where to take Mini Mario, actually. Because I need to be able to hit the yellow switch, and I need Mini Mario to get onto the other side. So I got Mini Mario up, I walked over, discovered that the red flower is much faster than trying to dip down and around. And then I needed Mini Mario on the other side, and I needed to get Mini Mario up at the red flower. Once we got that, Mini Mario was able to just run to the door. So a lot of this was strategizing and figuring out who goes where. And it is a lot more fun doing time trial than it is to play the base game and try to get perfect. This stage took a couple of attempts because of a little thing called RNG. The snap jaws here randomly go up and down the ropes. so that can change how anyone approaches the puzzle. I needed to get Mini Mario to come across before the Snapjaw got to the bottom. And I think that's why this level had such leniency in its time, because we managed to get to the end with like 18 seconds. Which would have given us 18 seconds to stand still and get things to go. This one, multiple attempts. And this one took so many attempts because I had to figure out how to even get Mini Mario across. And what I ended up deciding upon was getting the trash can and tossing it here so Mini Mario can jump into the box. And then if Mini Mario ended up following me up to the red switch, then it's just an extra step to get him down. But I felt that this was probably the fastest run. I'm not sure if anyone saw any other way to do it. I thought maybe trying to get Mini Mario to go across the ground, but the blue wall is in the way and all that. We're already on the DK stage. So this one plays out like the Mario Toy Factory, and the way I attempted to do this, because this took many attempts, was to try to get up and wait for the colored platform that's closer to spawn in. So I needed him to switch to the blue and the red switches. And I felt like I wasn't gonna make it to the blue switch in time. So right here, I'm waiting for DK to swap the buttons to blue so I could hit him the last time. One thing that I really love about Merry Miniland, especially in this nighttime stage, is how beautiful theme parks can be at night. It's been a while since I've been to a theme park. Even where I live, we have an annual event in the summer, and it's just so bright and colorful. Maybe I'll even go down this year because it's so much fun. I'm trying to be a little bit more vague because of like I don't really want to reveal where I am in the world, but it's hard to go into details of events without spoiling that. Anyways, there's an event that happens in the summer. It has a theme park feel to it. It's super fun. We need to get Mini Mario up here, and what I found is that you cannot have Mario go under the platform. Mario does have to climb up and over. And that's how you complete this stage. As a note, this is the world with the infamous level, the one everybody dreads because of the blue Shy Guy and the timed jumping. Surprisingly, this level took me a lot of attempts, and I'm surprised by that actually. It's not that difficult. You get Mini Mario to follow you. You have to swap the buttons as he moves just in time before he jumps and follows too closely. And that's how you get him to the door. Really, really good and easy and cute. Mini Mario's adorable. I would love for a Mini Mario amiibo. And like, it has the interaction that you can turn the key in his back and it does the clicky clack noise like a turnkey toy, but it does nothing. It's just a satisfying thing to do. This level took me many attempts because of these poltergeists and how Mini Mario always wants to jump down. And then I really hoped Mini Mario was gonna make those jumps, and I'm so glad he did. There's really no way to shave any additional time because of the amount of time it takes to climb up to the red poltergeist. I dropped an eraser. I'm sorry, guys. I'm fiddling with my hands as I watch and commentate. So this was an interesting one. I had to get Boo to follow me a little bit. I needed to keep him a little bit close, but a little behind. And then I realized I was gonna have the Mini Mario toy just follow me, and discovered I couldn't do that. So I'm like, shoot, I need Mini Mario to drop down onto some blue platforms. So this one took a few attempts. What do you know? This level too took a few attempts. This is gonna happen a lot. This one actually took 2 attempts, and that's simply because I messed up with the red Shy Guy, and I ended up having the red Shy Guy reactivate and run into the Mini Mario toy. It was just a bag of fun. So we disable, we have to keep the red Shy Guy moving, get him trapped on the end. It's best to get red Shy Guy into the corner so that you can actually jump up properly. And then the Thwimps, because these guys are different names, jumping up and down. And that's the stage. Next up is 5-6, the infamous level. This actually took me 3 attempts, and the first one was because I got knocked out by this first thwomp. I went too fast. The second attempt, I didn't time Mini Mario properly, and then this is the third attempt. So we jump over, get Mini Mario to cross, then we go, and now we have to jump, and there we go. Mini Mario made it. And again, this was one of those instances. Mini Mario did not want to open the door when we got to the door. I was 0.2627 seconds away from timing out. The DK stage. First time attempt because I'm able to take hits, so it does not matter that the red Shy Guy hit me. I was able to just keep going. Thank goodness. We hit the red Shy Guy. I really wanted to pick up the yellow Shy Guy before the cycle went through. Missed our time. We ended up getting the red Shy Guy. He triggers yellow. We use yellow to get up to him again. Stun him so that we can grab the yellow. And we stun him again with the yellow, grab the blue, and as you can tell, once you get into the rhythm of things, you can easily knock DK out. And again, we only got this successful because we did not have to worry about not taking damage. Amazing how easy the game becomes when damage isn't a thing. Bum bum bum. Now it's time for Slippery Summit. And here we are in the next level, 6-1. And this one took many attempts. In fact, almost every level in this world took several attempts to do. The primary reason for that is that the ice physics. I was so out of practice to them. I needed Mini Mario to move fast enough to get in front of the Shy Guy, so that all he had to do was jump up. If the Shy Guy managed to make it back to block the cover, there was no way to beat the time. So this one was very time sensitive to get to a certain point of the stage in order to complete it. 6-2. This one took several attempts. And this was because I couldn't figure out how to get Mini Mario through the level faster. Until I discovered this. I could just jump up, set the spring, and activate the Mini Mario toy as is. So I don't know if that's the intended method, but it is definitely my method. Because we ended up with a lot of extra time. So This is where going over a level multiple times helps identify patterns and order of operations. This level did not take multiple attempts. In addition, we actually finished this stage much faster than we finished the original. We activated all those specter ghosts, and now we just had to basically just beat the flame from getting to Mini Mario. I tried to really focus on keeping Mario not going too fast, and the only reason why we made it on the dot was because I ran for the hammer. This is the only level where I finished the stage on the dot, and I didn't even know I did until I saw that we finished the stage. I thought I had a fraction of a second left, which doesn't really give me heart palpitations, but this one did. This one does not take as long as 21 minutes, and I'm not sure if it had alternative methods, but the stage already has the red block activated, so you just have to walk Mini Mario to the red warp block in order to travel through and get to our destination. Multiple attempts. And this is because Mini Mario does not know not to go under the bricks. Also timing. We managed to go under Brickman without triggering taking hits, basically. We have to send the spring back, and now we have to really time our travel back properly. Once we're on this side, it's really easy. We just need Mini Mario to follow us up. And I fell, but as you can tell, we had lots of extra time. We managed to finish the level at 35 of 38 seconds. And again, it's because Mini Mario did not want to open the door. This is where I really noticed that fact, by the way. Mini Mario not coming up to the door to unlock it. And it bothered me. I don't know why it bothered me so much, but it did. This one took 2 attempts because I forgot all about the fact that I needed to hit the blue button with Mini Mario moving at full speed. So we swapped the switches now and then traveled, got Mini Mario to follow us to the end and get to the end. We have another one-time attempt of the Donkey Kong stage. Again, because we are able to take a hit. A lot of our concern to complete the stage out the window. Gosh, yawning. So if DK throws a punch at me, if I ended up getting hit by one of the barrels, not a concern. I remembered that he went to the top, and I decided to just do standard jumping. I got very much into the practice of Mario jumping over barrels because I was playing Donkey Kong 64. And in that game, you have to play the original Donkey Kong arcade game. And it is just atrocious. Now, we managed to get the hit on DK because he hit us and we dropped the barrel on him. So funny. And I don't recall where the barrel went, so I decided to go to a spot that was very much safe to stand on. We take the final hit, and DK is done here in the snow world. Clear. Best time. Oh yeah. Now we're in my least favorite world. If there is a world in this game that I wish did not return or had some sort of revamp, this was it. This is also the level that I had to go look and find someone else playing to figure out how I was supposed to complete this stage. What I ended up doing was getting the Shy Guy to run past the bridge to drop him down, so that instead of having to deal with him on the second tier, I just had to worry about him not hitting me on the top row. I seen in my research to complete the stage, people having the Shy Guy follow you down to the lower levels, and you have to be very specific with your own timing and jumping in the lower areas. No, just trap the Shy Guy on the first tier and you don't have to worry. This level took several attempts because Mini Mario kept jumping into the fireballs. Like, that gave me a heart palpitation right there. Fortunately, all we have to do is get Mini Mario up to the top and then duck under the fireball. I do not know where the fireball lies in height on Mario. So the fact that the fireballs went over Mario, awesome. This level took many attempts because of this first bomb. I had to be very careful with timing because Mini Mario needs to be active. I need Mini Mario to follow me to the platform. So what I ended up doing was getting the bomb triggered and then trying to get Mini Mario to get into his position on the blue platform. And then we continued. Now this one I had to time as well. I realized I needed this bomb. If I did not grab that bomb, I would not have made the timer. And there we go, another clear. Whew, there's so many levels. Next up, 7-4. My goodness, another powerful yawn. This one was an easy one. It was literally walk Mini Mario up the wooden platforms. As soon as Mini Mario gets onto the conveyor belt, I could have I could have gone up. We decided to take the springs. I needed to get Mini Mario to follow me. I did not notice those cannonballs going straight up. Oh my goodness. Mini Mario dodged a bullet there. And that's first time attempt. First try. Next up is 7-5. This one took several attempts. I'm glad I'm being so candid on the fact that several of these took several attempts. This one took several attempts because I could not get Mini Mario to follow where I wanted him to. I had to drop him down onto the conveyor belt manually. I needed to walk him all the way over. I then needed to move the Shy Guy so that I can get Mini Mario further. I'm really glad the Shy Guy doesn't activate with the Mini Mario toy. I needed to save Mini Mario from the final Shy Guy and get Mini Mario to the door. So that was -5. And that took several attempts. -6. Oh gosh, what was -6 again? Show me 7-6 plus. Oh, this one I actually cheesed. One thing that went through my mind was, could I get to the yellow button? So I didn't need to go across and activate the blue switch so that I could activate the yellow switch. I was able to skip that whole step and get the yellow switch activated, which cut down over half the level. My goodness, look at how beautiful that is. Even if I took twice the amount of time, that's still 36 seconds of 38 seconds. This DK stage, I think can't remember how the outcome came. If you recall, I hated this stage. I despise the World 7 boss battles. They are the worst of the worst. We managed to even get 3 hits so quickly, and I think that's because I am very practiced now. We took a fake hit. We do this damageless. I forgot this was a damageless run. Surprise, surprise. And now we're on to the final world. There's 7 stages left to complete. 8-1, I called it the 7th world. Twilight City Plus. Again, I wish they had better names. This took the longest of all the worlds. And it's because I guess I could, no, I couldn't have activated the Mini Mario, because he would have tried to follow. You need to activate the yellow switch first. And once I got here, I struggled with trying to get Mini Mario to stay where I needed him to, which was up, because I needed the trash bin, and I needed to cut down time. So I tried to keep Mini Mario following me in the upper area. He followed all the way, and that's really good. And then I got him to jump on the trash can, and we finished. Now, I don't think there's enough time to get Mini Mario up into the blue, travel all the way back down, grab the garbage can, travel all the way back up, set it, and have Mini Mario follow above. I think you need to do it that way, the way I showed. This stage required a lot of time. We did not need to stop under each brick to make sure Mini Mario was safe. We got the pieces. We won because Mini Mario missed the wrench. And in our main level of 7-2, you would remember seeing Mini Mario got hit with the wrench last time. So no idea where the changes came. This stage was multiple attempts. I was very impatient. But I decided to try something a little different, which was instead of getting Mini Mario to follow and walk along the heads of these toys, to land on the head and walk by it. And it was something that I didn't even realize was an option during main gameplay, because I thought the monkeys were on spikes for some reason. We managed to complete the stage. We have 3 more levels and the boss fight to go. And actually, our sign-off is live commentary, so I'd be able to swap you back over to present-day me rather than post-production me. This stage took many attempts. I discovered that because you need to throw the Shy Guy that we see walking around below in a very specific spot and not let Mini Mario follow. So once we got Mini Mario up top, you have to book it onto the Shy Guy. He just walks so slow. You need to get onto him before he starts to walk. Otherwise, it's level over. You have to restart. Next up, 8-5. This one was actually quite easy, and another level that we skimmed a lot of time on. Mini Mario, we got to go into a safe spot. We needed to activate the bomb, which we did. We needed to jump up, but we had to time it specifically because Mini Mario wants to follow. Once we did that, we just walked to the door. There's so much time on this because the game wants you, I think, to reverse the conveyor belt so Mini Mario won't have as much time to follow and approach the bombs blowing up the pathway down. This level took a lot of attempts. I had everything down to very specific timed jumps just to make sure that I made it on time. We got Mini Mario across. We need the garbage can so that Mini Mario can make it to the door. We had to swap these switches, get the garbage can up top, reverse the conveyor belts. I was trying to do backflips actually because those are the most effective time-saved jumps. Once we got the garbage can in place, we had to make sure we were in a far enough location for Mini Mario to follow, and then we needed to get on top. And as you can see, we finished with barely 1 second to remain. And then finally, we have our DK battle, which actually took me a few attempts to do. And that's because I was either pressing the button too quickly or something happened that changed the pattern. So we swapped the first conveyor belt. DK is ready to swap the belt again. So we switch the pads. DK did switch the conveyor belt, so that's already set up. DK takes the second hit. This time we had to wait for DK to hit the switch. And that's where the pattern shifted. We had to wait for our turn. Now we just waited until we were a bit more in cycle once the lasers were in the right order, and we got the final hit. And with that, that's our last level. So we've completed all the time trials for the Plus Worlds. That is so awesome and amazing. And now what I'm going to do is transition you to present day Derez. And with that, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. We've covered all of Time Trial Plus. And it's something I haven't done yet in my personal playthroughs, so this is a real good personal accomplishment. Next time, we're going to start the Expert Worlds. We're going to be taking on these worlds and completing them so that we can get to the end of the post-game content. If you guys are enjoying this content, please leave a comment in the comment section below, mash the like button, and subscribe if you have not for more Mario vs. Donkey Kong content. We'll see you all next time. Derez Plays, out.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong.